Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ali, Chris, and Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And on today's show, Guy, you want to go on a cruise ship with us?
Yeah, I want to go cruising. Guys, I went on the Disney cruise last week and I'm a changed man. I am deep in cruise thought.
Okay.
And so I want to know if there was to be a cruise ship designated for gamers, what would you want on your cruise ship? I want to talk about musicals, the characters, themed restaurants.
Yeah.
So I might go a little bit deep on how I want my holiday was like.
Can I also
just so rad.
Just paint a quick picture? Guy walked in and I knew he'd be in Mr. Cruise after coming off a cruise.
Yeah.
And fair enough too. The Disney cruise, it looks I've only seen the ship. When we were in Sydney, I saw the ship come in and I was like, that is the coolest looking ship I've ever seen.
And it's a small one.
That was a small one.
It's a small one.
And Guy has walked in, not only is he Mr. Cruise, but he's wearing a full-blown Mickey, I did the Disney Cruise t-shirt.
Yeah, we bought 3 of them from the gift shop.
Oh, lovely.
I don't want to tell you how much it costs because it was all in US dollars.
I'm going to say it was 60 US.
70.
Oh my God.
The other 2 were 60.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
It's good quality though.
It's like
cool.
a vintage look as well.
It is
like,
cool.
I got a big size.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna start buying really cool vintagey looking stuff and then just sealing it in bags for my kids.
Oh, cute.
So then I can be like,
You're not going to do that.
I am gonna do it. I am gonna do it. And then when they're older, they have all this vintage stuff when they were like kids.
That's cute.
In good condition.
You should fart into the bags as well. And seal it in there. And it's
Here you go, son. It opens up.
it took me 20 years.
20-year prank.
All right, and then Chris,
Hello.
you want to have a bit of a chat today?
Not a serious chat, but it's
Okay.
something that I was thinking about in terms of the way I game, right?
Yeah.
I have a very different sort of life setup to most people doing afternoon radio. You're morning radio, Ali, so you're the same, but vice versa, basically.
Yeah.
There is a lot of spare time, and it's about a way that I now approach gaming to make sure that it isn't interfering with other stuff. It's just a little
on ya.
discussion around
Okay.
not gaming too much, not gaming at the wrong times, and just making sure you're getting as much enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so what you're saying is stay casual. I
Just
think.
chill, man.
It's just, yeah.
Just chill
Extremely
out.
casual,
yeah.
maybe.
Just
Yeah,
extremely
actually,
casual.
that'll do. I won't even do a signal.
Yeah, I think we're done.
We did it. We tackled it there and we nailed it.
Amazing. Well, I guess I will jump into some listener feedback. All right, I just want to announce that we have hit just over 400 members in the Extremely Casual group for Extremely Casual Gamers. So
On
thank you
Facebook, so join.
on Facebook. Yes, come and join. It's fun. Everyone chats.
It's so fun.
It's so fun. We've got 402
Well, hang on.
members.
Yeah, you guys
sorry.
made it sound
It's-
like
yeah,
it
it
was.
sounds-
Yeah,
It's-
Not as.
That's like we were trying to get people to join a cult or something. Like, trust me, it's really fun. Come in.
Yeah, or like a pyramid scheme. It's like, we're not going to take all your money.
Nah, thank you to the 402 members we now have in the group. Also, just want to nod back to last week's episode when we did our gaming holidays and you put a poll in the old Facebook group to see whose was the best.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was mine. But then it was quite close between you two.
I saw last time I checked, it was tied between me and Chris.
Yeah, let's just have a double. I'm just reloading it right now live as we speak. I've got the link.
This is very exciting.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Because both of our holidays sounded shit.
Yeah, they were terrible.
So we've got Ellie on 73%. Thank you, everyone.
God.
We've got Chris on 16%
Yeah.
and Guy on 11. So,
Yes!
Yeah, Guy.
To be fair, Guy,
Mine was all about dying.
so was mine. So there wasn't a victory for me. Ali clearly kicked our ass.
Yeah.
Because we forgot a holiday should be fun.
Yes.
And ours were both terrible.
Yeah, they were really scary. Also, just want to acknowledge everyone who commented on the post across the week with your Spotify Wrapped and seeing our little potty in your little list was so humbling. So thank you.
It is very nice. We discussed this the other day behind the scenes on our radio show. You don't think about the fact that, especially with podcasts, like with radio, you say it, thousands of people hear it,
Yeah.
but then that's it.
Yeah.
Podcast, literally something we say right now, could be right. People could be listening to this and it's 2026, April the 7th.
True.
If it is, by the way,
Oh my
and you're
God,
listening back to
yes.
this, hello.
Hi.
I see you there. And so that's quite a weird thing to know that people are listening to you at very, like, while you're asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? While you're just minding your own business.
Yeah.
People are living their lives and listening to us, man.
A lot of
Yeah.
people on that group just like they'll jump in and introduce themselves. But hi, I'm so and so. I'm from this place, and I've just finished binging all the episodes. Like so many people go back and listen. That's the cool thing about podcasts as well is that you don't have to listen, right up until the
most
most
up-to-date.
recent one. So yeah, it was a huge thank you to those people.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
And I say it all the time, but if you're just joining us, go back and listen from the start, man. It's all timeless. Like there's a bit of
it
gaming
is.
news, which is kind of relevant, but all the rest of the discussions pretty much fit
Yeah,
whenever.
it's all evergreen.
Yeah, so go have a listen.
There's a lot of references we make in these episodes too that kind of call
That's
back to a lot of
true.
early ones. So yeah.
You can talk, big cucumber.
Am I right?
Yeah.
That's a reference back to episode 31. It's not. I'm joking.
Nah, it's not at all. But no, thank you for your support as per. Now, we had a little discussion open up by Daniel Brown in the group where he said,
Dan Brown.
Dan Brown.
Great author.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, it's Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Daniel, for your service. But you've also asked, what game can you play that makes the hours feel like minutes? For him, it's Sid Meier's Civilization.
I've never played Civilization, but I know that I'd love it because I love Age of Empires. I love SimCity. I love all those sort of strategy games.
Yeah.
And I know Civilization 7's coming out next year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My response to that would be
What's
the
yours?
city building one.
City
City
Skylines.
Skylines.
Oh, yeah.
I love that shit, man. Same thing, just melts away the hours.
Yeah. Guy, do you have one that you
Farming Simulator. That for me was a huge one. It was like it'd get to 10 o'clock at night and I'll go, all right, I'll just finish plowing this field. And then I'll go to bed. And then I'd plow the field and I'm like, well, I've got to seed the field.
Yeah.
It was endless.
Yeah.
And then when I was supposed to go in at 10, it was 11:15. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, that's the same with me in Stardew Valley because the way it works as well, it's got the days and then you got to kind of
Yeah.
go to sleep and
Yeah.
then maybe save at that point. And so then I'll go, but I've got another crop I want to water in the morning, so I'll just do another
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And then,
I remember that with Stardew Valley as well.
Yeah, it's really brutal, eh? Rachel Morgan is Fortnite. That's her fave. Jory loves Minecraft. What else we got here? Gregory, No Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I would love to. It's not my cup of tea because I know it's endless and open. And I have to be able to finish a game before I start it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But No Man's Sky, apparently since all of those updates and things, apparently that game is just excellent to play.
I think Sam was playing it for a bit actually. You know, on his little ADHD obsessions where he does that and then like stops. He's like you guy.
And then realized it had no trading card sort of format to it. It's like, I don't want to play this.
Damn it.
Is he still into the Pokemon cards?
Well, he's actually away at the moment, so they're just sitting in his office. So I'm interested to see when he comes back whether he's back into it or not.
Where is he?
He's currently in Aussie.
Okay.
Yeah,
They've got Pokemon cards in Aussie.
Yeah, true.
He'll
Could be.
be coming back.
Oh
soon.
no, I forgot to say he was staying at this place in like the Sundays or something, and there was a vending machine that had Pokemon cards. So
Hell
yes,
yeah.
no, he was buying Pokemon
So he just
cards.
ram-raided it. He just smashed it with a fire extinguisher and loaded it all.
Yeah, no, so he's still playing.
No, that's not how he operates. He likes to pay at least 4 to 5 times the price of
That's
those
true,
cards.
yeah.
You're right. And then last one I just want to shout out is Andrew Candy, who basically asked the question, what's your gaming rap for the year? What are the top 5 games that you've played? Andrew's were Civilization 6, Cyberpunk 2077, Metaphor, Refantasio. Don't know what that one is.
Yeah, you know
Baldur's
it.
Gate 3 and Triangle Strategy. And he's named himself a strategic role player.
Gaming Wrapped is good.
Well, PlayStation do it. I actually
really?
yeah. So if you log onto the PlayStation website and through the app as well, you sign in and it gives you a rundown of like hours played, top games and stuff like that. I went to do it, but I had to do something else. So it's available now until January 10th. You can get your PlayStation Wrapped. I don't know if Steam and Nintendo or Xbox do the same thing.
Okay.
But
Oh, I might
yeah,
have
that's
to
a
do
cool.
that.
I remember PlayStation doing it last year as well, and it told me how many hours I'd sunk into Fortnite.
Oh dear. Was that a bit confronting?
It was confronting. Mine would be this year.
Yeah.
Fortnite still. Farming Simulator
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
And then I honestly can't remember what I've been playing this year. Dredge.
Oh yeah, Dredge.
Throw a
Yeah.
bit of Dredge in there. And
Yeah.
then the rest-
Helldivers.
Helldivers.
Oh yeah.
I'll do it, of course.
Yeah. And of course Zelda. You really got into that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it. Zelda, a game about ants, Space Marines, I think combined. I've played maybe 32 minutes.
And Final Fantasy VII
Oh,
Reboot.
That's the one.
Stellar Blade. I played that for
That's
about
the
30
one.
minutes.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
looking at mine now. So mine is obviously Elden Ring.
yeah.
Helldivers 2, Bloodborne, Lies of P, Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah,
That's
nice.
coolest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I haven't looked at mine, but mine will be Stardew Valley, Spiritfarer, Fortnite. Actually,
Yes,
it
that's
takes
right.
2 because that took me all year. And then the 5th one would probably be Trackmania.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll
You
be
getting
it.
into Fortnite this year was not on my 2024 bingo card.
Neither,
Like,
bro. I never
would have thought it.
But I actually really enjoy playing it.
Cool.
I have to get back into it again. I kind of forgot about it. But thanks to everyone for sparking conversations in our group. Come and join. Come and hang.
Hell yeah.
And I guess it's now time for some gaming news.
Gaming news. Ellie.
Sorry. You go.
People listening are going to be like, what the hell is that
Yeah,
about?
sorry, that didn't make any contextual sense. Keep going.
Gaming news. The new The new Indiana Jones and the Great Circle game that's just come out a few days ago, huge win for Xbox. It is for the first time in a long time where, because it's been a few days, there's been enough review copies going out to everyone, so you've got a balanced opinion on how good the game is, and pretty much everyone is rating it between like an 8.5 and a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So this game, which is designed by Bethesda, it is beautiful. Apparently, it's like one of the best looking games. I haven't played it yet. I can't wait. It captures the magic of the original movies perfectly. Of course, we're talking the first 3 movies.
Oh, yeah.
And neither of those other 2.
No.
Oh, is there 3?
No. I'm saying the most recent one, not as bad as you think.
Oh.
It's not the Crystal Skull one with Shia LaBeouf. That one sucked. But the most recent one that came out last year, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's great, but I'm saying it's not bad.
I don't trust your taste in movies. And the other thing that people thought was, is this just first person Uncharted? You know, where you've got a renegade guy who's looking for treasure and blah, blah, blah. Apparently it's not, because there are big open levels. You can do side quests. There's multiple ways to approach a level. So if you have to break into something, there's not just a linear path. There's all sorts of different ways you can go about it. You can stealth. You can beat people up. You can go guns a-blazing. It runs excellent day one.
Good.
There are no bugs. You don't need to wait for updates and stuff. It all works perfectly. And roughly 10 hours playtime, maybe 25 if you want to try and do everything, which is a good amount of time, I think. So big shout out to Machine Games who made it. They also made Wolfenstein, which is a great series as well. But yeah, 91% positive on Steam. Gaming Bolt, 9 out of 10. Eurogamer, 8.5 out of 10. IGN, 9 out of 10. Metacritic, 8.7 out of 10. GameSpot, 9. Best news is, if you have a PlayStation like us, it comes out in spring of next year.
Cool.
Or autumn for New Zealand in the southern hemisphere.
Right.
Spring US, which means like, February,
It's
March,
April, I think.
April, May.
Comes out April.
So now that it's an Xbox game, but now PlayStation users can get them as well.
Oh, cool.
Do you reckon the reason that it's sort of getting headlines of like, wow, it's a good release, is because it's actually just been a minute since Xbox has released like just a solid
100%.
title that is not buggy and isn't shit. Like it's like it's like what they've done is what a lot of people have been doing for years, but I think it's because they don't do it that consistently. It's like news.
100%. Xbox has been lagging massively. And the other, because Michelle, what is it? I can't remember the name. I just said it before. But the people that made Wolfenstein and who made Indiana Jones are owned by Bethesda.
Yeah.
Bethesda was Xbox's big jewel in the crown that's going to save their gaming. They released Starfield. It was fine.
Yeah.
Before that, they had Fallout 76, which was pretty bad, but has since gotten better, I think. So not only is it like Xbox exclusive games, like one's come out that's excellent, it's also Bethesda has somehow not cocked up another game.
Yeah.
And it's just great. And everyone's like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Good.
You know what I mean? So that's great news, isn't it?
That is bloody great news.
I think if you're charging a certain amount of money for a AAA title game, like a big game, it should be good from day one, because the whole concept of like it wasn't very good at launch, but they've fixed it now.
100%.
That's not good enough.
That's not what it was like in PS2 world.
No,
PS1.
that's the thing. Like there would have been bugs, but it was just it. But everyone's like, they release it and they go, "Hey, don't worry, guys, it wasn't great on launch, but we fixed it now." It's like, it should have just been fixed.
Yeah, you'll
Like,
lose trust in
one
the
or
brand.
two bugs to go through. I get it. Like we're human, and I have no idea how to make a video game.
Yeah.
But I feel like for something like Starfield, that was pretty buggy. Cyberpunk, all those ones, it was like, you've messed up. Like
It's because now there is a safety blanket of, we'll just update it after launch.
exactly right. There was no safety blanket with
That's
the
right.
PlayStation 2.
True.
You know?
So bugs that were in like the original like Mario Kart, where you could jump when you're doing Rainbow Road, you could jump across and do a massive shortcut. That's a bug that is still in the original Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And I love that stuff, man. Those old games still have their
Exploitive
bugs. It's
yeah.
great.
All right, my turn. Gaming news. Now, thank you. Is
that what you did?
Yeah, kind of.
a little bit of a Zoidberg theme for gaming.
Now this is just a rumor, but I'm going to just say it's news because I'm pretty confident it's probably true. So Hazelight Studios, which created It Takes Two and A Way Out, which is, two of my favorite games actually, they're reportedly releasing a brand new game in March next year called Split Fiction. I don't know any of the plot yet because this has been leaked by someone, but people are suspecting that it's going to be announced at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, we don't have much info on the plot or anything, but people are saying that it'll be another co-op game. Split Fiction. What do you think that could be? Like, is it going to be like two stories being told?
Yeah, is it like you can choose the story? Like one player goes down one story and one player goes down the other, and you've got to try and meet in the middle.
And link them up. Oh, did we just figure it out?
Oh, maybe.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so essentially it's coming out at the start of March next year, March 6, 2025. And after the great reviews of A Way Out and It Takes Two, this is now quite highly anticipated. So I hope they do a good job, mainly for their sake, because there's a lot of expectation on them now.
Yeah, because
I'm excited.
It's good old-fashioned couch co-op games that are genuinely enjoyable to play. Can I just say, though, like, I really hate this whole leaking stuff.
I know.
Phenomenon that happens, because one of the greatest moments in gaming for me was, and it's on YouTube now, go and watch them announcing God of War, the reboot, 2016 or whatever it was, at E3.
Yeah.
They had a whole cinema. It was a top secret project. And all that people knew was Sony Santa Monica. Huge cinema theater full of people. There was an orchestra playing music. And then you hear like this deep voice, like, boy, blah, 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 blah. And then Kratos stepped out of the shadow and everyone saw that he had a beard now and he looked different and they were bringing back this thing.
Oh, cool.
It was goosebump shit.
Cool.
That is how you announce. And everyone was like, not only are they announcing it, it looks like they've done a shitload of work already. This isn't just a screenshot.
Yeah.
And now we're not going to get stuff like that because every time something gets leaked.
I know. Well, this information was shared by Bill Coon on Dear Labs.
Yeah, well,
that must be. I mean,
that's
it's
exciting.
like a Spanish site. But yeah, no, they've ruined it.
And the other thing too, because I work in media. My wife used to work at Television New Zealand, which is going through restructuring and stuff. And Stuff I saw one today, which is a news website here in New Zealand. All these companies have people in them who are getting these company-wide top secret emails and are releasing them to the press.
Oh,
Like, what's up with people leaking stuff from their companies to the press? Like,
Absolutely.
what's going on?
My wife works at a company called MediaWorks, which is the opposition of the company that Chris works at. And she'll get an email that goes across the company that's like a secret. And then within 20 minutes, it's up on the Herald, which is a newspaper
from my company.
From his company. So somebody within the MediaWorks team has forwarded that email
How
onto
gross
somebody.
is that?
Oh,
it's
that
like
sucks.
it's like no loyalty to the brand. So that's how these leaks come through as well.
Oh, just that everywhere. So someone inside the development studio has decided to leak. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's
It's me.
not
It's
good.
me. Whenever his wife gets those emails, I forward them on.
Straight to Chris.
Straight to Chris. And then, no, the thing you were talking about before with Santa Monica Studios and the release of God of War and that moment was similar to what happened earlier this year with Marvel when there was the big Marvel announcement and Doctor Doom and who's going to play Doctor Doom and then Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
Like, there was a whole, no one knew. No one knew.
Yeah.
That was insane. Like,
Yeah.
I remember
That's
watching that and like watching multiple angles. Like, I was glued to my phone. It was such a cool moment.
It is a cool moment, man.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Again.
And so, like, there's that really short-term burst of, I broke some news, people are excited. But if you give these people who deserve to, after years of working on the project, if you give them that, like, their moment to do that, they will absolutely blow you leaking some shit out to Twitter. Out of the water. Seriously, highly recommend. Go to YouTube, watch God of War announcement at E3. It is one of the best gaming clips I've ever seen. It is excellent.
Fun. Well, with the new split fiction game, it'll be coming to PC and console, by the way. I forgot to say that, but apparently it's for everyone, which is very exciting.
I'm very excited. They're cooking. They've cooked up 2 good games, so I want to see a third.
Yeah, me too.
I have a real quick gaming news. So you know how last week we talked about the 30th anniversary with PlayStation, and on the PlayStation 5 you can now choose the startup noise and the themes. Themes is something that everybody's wanted on PlayStation 4 and 5 for ages because you could get it on the PS3. So they've released it so that you can change to have your startup and the way that your PlayStation looks and sounds to replicate the previous consoles, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool. 30th anniversary. They've said it's only for a limited time. There's a petition that's been going out with over 4,000 signatures of people asking Sony PlayStation to make it a permanent thing. That's over 4,000 people are interested. I mean, to be fair, I didn't even know that this thing existed. Like 4,000 isn't actually a lot.
No, it's not.
It's not a lot at all. Also, I don't think it should be a permanent thing.
Yeah, I feel like the novelty is in the fact that it's special.
It's
and
the 30th anniversary. If it was to be there 2 years later, it's like, it's a bit weird. Like, it's just, also, people should stop living in the past. You know, like, it's nostalgia's there for a reason. You can reminisce, but then you also just need to keep moving on, you know? It's like when everybody was demanding Fortnite brings back OG, and they've done it now, and they've made it a permanent fixture, but I kind of think it's just splitting your gamer base as well. Like, I feel like it wasn't the right move.
Well, it's saving people from themselves, right? Because you think you want OG Fortnite full time.
Yeah.
But you don't.
You actually don't.
No, you don't.
Because you're going to get sick of it. You want it for like a month, and then you want it again.
Yeah, because I played the OG Fortnite the other night with friends, and it was cool to reminisce, but then there are certain aspects of the updated version that I've been playing last week that I want in this new version, which is what other people go. They're like, oh, the OG is cool, but it needs to have more this, it needs to have more that, and to the point where they'll be complaining, and then they'll just go, well, just play the new one then. Like,
Yeah.
people will just never be happy.
No, they won't.
And then I always talk about The Warriors as one of my favorite video games.
Yes, you
If
do.
I was to play it now, it's not very good.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
comparatively, but I remember it being amazing.
Yeah, nostalgia is always looked through from like rose tinted glasses, and then you see it when you see it again. It's really nice for that moment, and then
Yeah.
it does lose its effect. So.
Especially, like, and this podcast is all about nostalgia, like banging on. But that's what makes certain games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the original Pokemon games, they are still so great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, really great video games that have aged so well because they're really unique or original or something. That's cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we
cool
like cool.
as. Yeah,
We
we're
are
cool
cool.
as.
Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Guys, I had not a bit of a, like a moment of clarity or anything, but this year, and to be honest, the last couple of years, I've worked out something about video games that I think a lot of people need to work out as well.
Okay.
So, full clarity, I work afternoon radio, so if I wanted to and I just dialed everything else back, I could theoretically start work every day at like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could do absolutely F all for the entire rest of the day, which when I very first started this job, I did for probably 3 months. You're doing nothing. You don't have any. I don't have a small child to look
Which
after.
you should do as well, because
Yes, 100%.
you're given a gift of time of
Yeah.
like
100%.
You work hard during those times, kick back and relax.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
right. Doing that, it's sort of like what we were just chatting about. You don't actually want to kick back and relax every single day.
Yeah.
You want. Basically, what I'm saying is, I've changed my gaming habits over the past year, so that, for example, I don't wake up first thing in the morning, grab a coffee, turn the PlayStation on, because you're starting your day with something fun, and you turn your brain off, and it's easy. You just pick it up, and once you've been doing it for an hour, you're all of a sudden you've been sitting on the couch, you've been real lazy, you're not in the mood to go and actually do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the way I treat PlayStation now, most of the time, like, sure, if it's a Sunday and I'm tired and I don't give a shit, there are days where you just
Yeah.
go, hell yeah, it's raining, I don't care.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I've started treating playing video games as a reward. So I wake up, I look at my calendar, and it's like, shit, I've got to do this, 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 and this. I was like, but if I smash all that out, I reckon I could squeeze in like an hour of gaming before I go to work.
Yeah.
That hour is so much more fun
Yeah.
than coming out of bed, hopping, sitting at your ass down and playing for 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of just veg out. And so that's the first thing I've been doing. Second thing is I never ever do it whenever my partner Lucy, and it'll be the same when we have kids, whenever someone else wants you to do something, or if they're, you know what I mean? It's like you try and find personal time so that your gaming isn't annoying them, so then they don't despise gaming.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
they think you are prioritizing gaming over them.
Well, 100%. And a lot of the time, like, people just get so hooked into these games, and they're so much fun that you're like, oh man, I don't want to go do that. I just want to do this. And then you just have to have the conversation to be like, I really want to play this. Like, can we go? And then I'll come, like, whatever it might be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, good advice. Good advice.
This is just how I've been doing it, because I found in the first few months, especially, and certain days as well, when you wake up and you're not very motivated, you'll just sit down, you'll just start playing PlayStation, and then all of a sudden you do not want to do anything. Literally, the thought of walking to the mailbox is like, oh,
Yeah.
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 And most of the time, you've got things that you do need to do. Not big things, but even if it's just, I need to put on the laundry, I need to put that into the dryer, I need to make the beds, I need to get something out the freezer for dinner. Small things that you can smash out in half an hour. But if you game first, then you sit there and go, I still need to do those things. And the clock ticks, and you sit there and go, I've got to be at work at 2, so that means I need to leave at 1:30, which means I need to have these jobs done by 1, and it's 12:30 now. And it's like,
I'm stressed
it
now.
stresses you out.
Yeah.
It whereas if you just get all that shit done first, then you are free and clear.
Yeah,
And then you know that I am, like you said, it is a reward. I think what we're describing here is actually just becoming an adult. And
Yeah.
I hope so.
And it's terrifying as well. You know?
But like, if you're honest with yourself, the enjoyment level, as I was saying, of waking up straight away and just sitting down and jamming it, like, and just blocking out all the stuff you've got to do, that is pretty enjoyable. However, or reasonably enjoyable. And however, like, getting all that shit done, going boom, 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 and like, oh man, I've got heaps of stuff done. Now I can sit down and, have a real fun hour or so.
Yeah.
And the other thing I've started doing too is recognizing while I'm playing a video game if it is not as fun as it should be.
Oh yeah.
So,
what do you mean?
So happened again the other day, which reminded me about this topic actually. Playing Elden Ring, died a couple of times. I was like grumpy, and I was just sitting on the couch, and I was like, I'm not like currently this is not fun.
Yeah.
It's not rewarding me.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
That's when you should switch it off,
Yeah.
go do some other stuff, and come back later because what you weren't enjoying it is essentially a waste of time unless you are getting fun from it.
Yeah.
So if you're not getting the fun from it, go and do something else.
Yeah.
Delete the game and download another one.
Which is why, or just get, instant gratification, spend money, buy another game, like boom.
Buy a $70 USD.
Yeah, well,
Disney
exactly.
top.
You could do that. So like literally, like the other day, I was playing Elden Ring. I got frustrated with it, and I was like, "Hang on, I'd never get frustrated. This is clearly a sign I should stop." So I just stopped, and I was like, "What can I do?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna go wash my car."
Oh, good
I
on
just
you.
like went out because it was. I looked outside; it was dirty. I was like, "I'm gonna wash that." So I went outside, washed it. Hour later, was feeling way better.
Good on
And you
you.
just, you know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
recognize, and then also you've done something good. You've done a chore you've been meaning to do.
Yeah.
You look back on the day and you've done all of your chores first and then gamed. You go like, I did this, this, and that, and I still got to game.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
If you've done a day where you've just gamed and for half of it you weren't even engaged, you'll look back on the end of the day and go, I literally just played video games all day.
Yeah.
And I still have these things I need to do. However, I'm not knocking the fact that playing the idea of playing video games all day and enjoying it, that exists sometimes. And I'm jealous of those people that get to do
for
it.
me.
But like every now and then.
Yeah.
Because there are people who could be listening right now who are off the back end of a 6-hour gaming marathon.
Yeah.
And
Man, if you're
Good on ya.
having fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a certain thing that I noticed when I was early doors. Like that's why I try and organize all this extra stuff. For example, an unpaid gaming podcast to sort of preoccupy your time because you or personally, I didn't realize this, but I need stuff for my brain to be like, right,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And then at the end of the day, like last night, super busy day yesterday. Last night, got home, cracked a beer, sat on the couch, played Elden Ring for like an hour until my wife got home. Then I cooked dinner and stuff. Shit, it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beauty.
It was great.
Yeah.
Whereas in the morning, I wouldn't have felt like that. It would have been like, that was cool.
Yeah. Do it in moderation.
Yeah.
I'm interested
Yeah.
though, because you talk about your day, your setup, you wake up and then you've got all day and then you go to work. But Ellie, you wake up and go straight to work. You
Yeah.
sort of get all your jobs done first.
Yeah.
Or work done.
Yeah.
But then in the afternoon, are you too tired to play games? Or have you got other, you want to do all of your chores
Yeah.
so that you can play games, but you have talked recently about how you've not been playing games as much.
Yeah, I recently have struggled, I think, with the early mornings and then coming home to game. I also right now don't have a game that I'm fully invested in, and it's
Totally.
the starting of the game that I struggle with. It's the task initiation that I struggle with. And so because I haven't started one, I'm not in one, the idea of starting it is too much for me. So instead, I'm doom scrolling, which is not
Yeah.
good. That's a whole other conversation. But I always, in the same, Chris, I will always do all my jobs first because I can never enjoy anything.
No.
If I know I've got, oh, I gotta do that, you gotta do that. Oh, you haven't done that yet. Yeah, no, I have to do everything before I game. So you're kind of gamifying your gaming. You're playing like a game with yourself to get to your video game.
You've got to get all
so
your
true.
you got to get all your objectives done.
100%,
and then,
yeah.
get to, before you get the trophy.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can't think of anything worse than like my wife Lucy, who's like she's super chill. I couldn't think of anything worse than her sitting there being like, "Come on, babe, we need to go and do this thing," and you're just gaming.
Yeah,
Because
no.
I know at this point, as I'm trying to have fun, I'm pissing someone else off,
Yeah.
which is taking away from their fun.
Yeah.
I like conditions to be, maybe that's just my personal brain. I like conditions to be perfect where it's all good, it's chill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
nothing expected of me and I can just enjoy it.
Yeah.
That was just, sort of something I realized about the way I game.
Yeah, no, that would be probably helpful for people listening, actually. And
Yeah.
let us know if you relate to Chris and what he's saying, or are you one of those
The
people
opposite,
that,
man,
Yeah,
yeah.
that just games and games, and that's
And it's
okay.
totally
and-
sweet.
Yeah,
Well, because especially that noticing whether or not you're actually having fun.
yeah,
That was a real sort of moment for me.
yeah.
Where you're just like, oh, no. And so now, like this was about 2 weeks ago, I did this with Elden Ring. Now, I will literally, as soon as I'm not having fun, I will start settings, exit game, save,
Yeah.
and just turn it off and just get up and go do something else.
Yeah.
Even if it's for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because,
Is it-
yeah.
Would it be different if you're playing a game that you maybe aren't enjoying, but you're playing a multiplayer game with friends? So even though
yeah.
100%.
the game might not be going as well, but for you to just go, I'm not getting as much enjoyment out of this
No,
and
shit, no.
bail, but
But you're socializing.
you're still chatting with your mates.
100%. This is
Yeah.
me solo.
Yeah,
Single
solo
player
game.
shit.
Yeah.
So I've been
absolutely.
playing games where we're just getting absolutely dicked by other squads, and it's like, I don't know, there's a new mechanic that's been added or something like that, and it's just not enjoyable. However, you're having a laugh.
Mate, you're all
Yeah.
doing it together. That's
yeah,
part
exactly.
of the fun,
That's-
man.
If you're all losing together,
Yeah.
then it's different.
I'm talking purely just in your own
Solo.
little world, solo gaming. Yeah.
That's a
Beautiful.
good thing to think about.
Good
I like
advice.
that.
yeah,
Love
thanks,
that.
guys.
So, guys, I did mention that I've been on a Disney cruise.
I hadn't heard
And
that at all.
I could talk about the Disney cruise for a good 40 minutes.
Okay.
Why don't you just?
And I will. Here we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell us about it. Yeah.
No, so my wife, got contacted by Disney Australia. These Disney cruises come into New Zealand and they go off and they float around in the ocean just outside of Auckland in the North Island for 4 days, and then you come back. We were gifted this trip. We were incredibly lucky to do it. Myself, my wife, and my daughter Daisy.
When you say gifted though, but like there's an agreement that you guys are going
to promote it. So
promote
basically, it's like, hey, come on the ship, show
Yeah.
everybody on your social media how awesome it is, and then hopefully somebody goes, hey, Guy and Megan had a great time on the ship. Let's book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens, and I've influenced you.
Yeah.
And it was genuinely the best holiday I've ever been on.
Oh,
I
cool.
haven't been on that many, but that is hands down the best one. I've never been on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done Disney World or anything like that. And I get it now. I get why they call it like magic at sea, because you get so sucked into it. It's a beautiful ship. Everything's Disney. You actually get excited when you see it's a Mickey Mouse, like in
Yeah.
costume. Like I was like, oh my God, it's Mickey. And like there's all these different times where you can get photos with characters. And the first day you're looking on the app and it's got the schedule of everything. And I was like, okay, so you got Donald Duck. And then I was like, but then like by the third day I was like, babe, Goofy's on level 4 at 2:45, so that means we're going to be there at 2:15 because like people lined up for like ages to
yeah.
see these people. There's shows, there's themed restaurants, there's like pools, like it's all catered for, and meals are included, like food's included in your price.
Yeah.
The rooms are real nice, and the staff are fantastic. Like
That's
everyone is so nice. It's unbelievable. It was the most carefree holiday I've ever been on. Plus, we had fantastic weather, which helps.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So we just floated around, and my daughter Daisy, just watching her light up, seeing the Frozen musical. They have a movie theater, and we watched Moana 2.
Yeah. Cool. The new one.
Now this is a part because my parents have been on a cruise recently, right?
Yeah.
And they said, and they're mid-60s, that they were too young for it.
Oh wow!
They went to one to Alaska and they said it was beautiful, but like 5 o'clock, everyone's eating dinner. 6:30 comes around, they roll up for dinner. Everyone's like in bed.
Yeah.
Really?
And they were the only ones at the bar. They were the only ones that had bought the all drinks inclusive package.
Really?
Yeah. So when I think of going on a cruise, I think, shit, man, it's a lot of hand holding and a lot of blah, 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 blah. So in order to enjoy the Disney cruise, it must be that whole enjoyment through seeing your daughter in heaven.
That is a
Yeah.
huge part of it. One of the biggest parts is seeing your kids enjoy it. However, there's so many kids clubs there where you can actually just chuck your kids in and
Amazing.
they get entertained by people, and then you as the parents can go off and enjoy yourself. There's adults
That's
only
smart.
areas.
That's cool.
There's an adults only pool and bar and everything right at the front. There's a gym, a sauna, a spa. And so one of the girls that was there with us, because there's a few people like the media team that got to go, was a lady called Jazz Thornton, and she was there. She's single, she's young, she hasn't got kids, and she just took her 3 mates.
Fun.
So 3 or 4 girls, they were on the Disney cruise, and they went to the bars and they went to like the quizzes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
no, I
they
wanna
had a
go.
fantastic time. I would recommend going even if you don't have kids.
Okay.
Because all the adults are with their kids, so all the adults only areas are pretty barren. So
Bloody
you've got that all
beauty.
to yourself.
Yeah, nice.
So and the food was great, and yeah, I just had a fantastic time. And I'm already looking up other Disney cruises in like the States, and you're doing
fun.
those ones because all the ships are different.
yeah, cool.
I'm fully bought into it, right?
Yeah, clearly.
So
We've been talking
clearly,
about
I'm
it
a
for
little
10
sorry.
minutes.
I am a little hyped. So I've made my thing this week about a cruise ship.
Yeah, cool.
Because this is the Disney cruise ship's designed for kids, right? People
Yeah.
who love Disney.
Yeah.
And there are themed cruise ships out there. There's ones called Holy Ship, and it's like basically Ibiza on a boat.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's like
I've seen
clubs and drinking and debauchery. There's a swingers cruise. So it's just a boat of people just
So
sharing
it sounds like
wines.
it's
Okay.
like really, it's either you're really far this way and swinging,
Yeah.
or you're really far this way and onto Disney,
Disney.
wholesome cruise.
And then
Yeah.
in the middle is old people.
Just
So I thought, what about a cruise ship that was designed for gamers?
Yeah, that's cool.
You are a gamer through and through, and this boat is coming into port and you want to go on a holiday. So I asked you guys, what would be the ultimate gaming cruise ship for you?
Yeah.
So what characters would you be excited to see and get a photo with on the boat? What are the themed restaurants that you'd be like, oh my God, we have to go and eat there? What's
Yeah.
the musical, the shows? And they all have to be gaming themed.
Yeah, cool.
All right,
Nice.
so who wants to go first with their boat?
Well, I've actually, I may have read the brief incorrectly because I've done mine based on one game only.
Okay, that's cool.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
just
yeah.
done it as one game and how I would have this game on a cruise ship. So
love
should I go first?
Go for
Because
it.
yours is going to be more wide.
Can
okay.
I guess?
Yeah.
It's either going to be Stardew Valley or Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Yeah, no. So
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, so it's called Star Cruise Valley.
Hey!
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, now it's pretty much you get to play like real life Stardew Valley in a way. So I thought you could have like on the sun deck and rooftop, you have your own little like gardens there where you can actually make your own crops and water them each day. It's like a little wholesome kind of
How long
holiday.
are you on holiday for, though? Because crops take like a month to grow.
Yeah, look, might have to be there a couple of months there, a couple of seasons. It's quite a long one.
You just plant some seeds and then 4 days later, all right, you're off.
Off
What
you
about
go.
my pumpkins? It's like, no, they're coming up in 6 months.
No, we're going to say this is a 4-month cruise, okay? And each month represents one season in Stardew Valley. Okay?
All right.
Yeah, so you gotta grow your crops, and then you can trade those in for actual food and drink. So it's kind of like a bit of a barter system. You can bring your own money, but like if you're also doing well at growing your crops,
So
you can trade in.
I walk onto the ship, I plant some carrots. They're not going to be ready for a month, and I have to wait for a month before I can trade it for food.
Pretty
But you
much.
can use your own money until they harvest, and then when you harvest them, that's enough money for you to buy one meal.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's like,
What a
here's a
reward.
carrot. And I'll be like, thanks, here's 50 cents.
Yeah, no, okay. All right, well, they're going to be a few stops on the way. We're going to stop at sort of some caving areas where you can go and mine for your own little
'cause that's
stones
a
and
big
your
part of it.
geodes.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you can do your own mining. And again, trade those in for a good old meal if you want. We're going to have nightly events. So in Stardew Valley, they have like themed events like the Flower Dance and the Egg Festival, and they have the Stardew Valley Fair. So right at the end of the cruise, you bring in your best thing you've either grown, found, or, bought.
Yeah.
And then you get a mean prize, that's undisclosed because it's just such a good prize.
So can you imagine that guy, you and Meg, you're on the ship, and it's like, oh, we got to go down at 3:00. The Egg Festival has started.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Quickly harvest up those carrots that we've been waiting 6 weeks so that we can survive. But we got to take them and hand them in for a prize instead.
Yeah, look, it was better in my head. Okay, so then the people that'll be there, the mayor's going to be there from Stardew Valley, does the rounds. If you can impress him with any of your crops or your geodes, you earn bonus ship credit. Also, there's character meet and greet. So if you meet a character like Sebastian or Abigail and you give them a good gift, you will then get a gift back. But again,
Wow.
undisclosed. Because in Stardew Valley as well, if you don't know, you've got to try and like make friends by giving the right gifts to people. And sometimes they don't like it. And yeah.
I think I was dating the red-haired girl that was like an artist or a sculptor.
Is it Haley? No, wait. Which one's that
Rob?
one? Robin.
Robin?
Oh, you're talking about the carpenter.
No, I don't think it was. Oh,
No?
maybe it was.
Oh, is it one that lives with her? Maybe.
I don't know. I
Haven't
can't
played it in a
remember.
while.
It's been a while.
There you go. You're
That's
clearly
fine.
very invested in your relationship there.
What a pig. I don't even remember her name.
It's just,
And then we'd have themed dinners. So you'd have like a winter wonderland type dinner, and then you'd have the music. There'd be an orchestra playing the winter music. Because every season has
Good
different
song
music.
Well, there was that real show recently that was the music of Stardew Valley.
Yes, I think it's coming back again next year. Then there's also a gaming lounge where you can actually just play Stardew Valley with people co-op, because you can play that co-op. And then activities are things like cooking classes, so you can learn how to make the actual meals, which I actually do have the real life Stardew Valley cookbook at home, so I don't even need to go on this cruise. There's also trivia night, so trying to see who knows the most about the game, and then also fishing tournaments, because there's a lot of fishing in Stardew Valley, and we're on a boat, so plenty of fish in the sea, if you know what I mean.
Bloody good.
Yeah, so that would be my kind of loose Stardew Valley themed cruise
I
ship.
like it. Star Cruise Valley.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Now,
good.
Guy, have you got ideas for yours?
I've got ideas for mine.
Okay,
yes.
so what we should do is the same as last week. Do a post on our group.
Oh, mine's
get
gonna
everyone
be
to
worse.
vote on which cruise, because I have a feeling no one's going on Ellie's one.
Yeah, mine just definitely sounded
It
a bit
just
in my head.
sounds like it's like a lot of work to survive.
It does actually,
If-
now that I've said it out loud.
Yeah.
I want to go and relax, and I'm growing crops. I
Yeah.
hate doing that in real life. What am I up to?
So I'll go next. You can
You
finish.
go.
this
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
yeah.
So this gaming cruise is not one game. It's also just a mixture of all different games and all different cool stuff that I've enjoyed from the world of gaming. Also, somehow I was picturing the actual characters being there, so not like a person in a suit.
Oh, you mean like the animated?
Like it's a boat where somehow the characters are actually there, and you're on this video, like this
okay.
yacht.
Yeah.
They're not in suits on the Disney cruise either.
Yeah, they're real, aren't they?
No, I know, totally. That wasn't related to the Disney cruise. Guy, Santa's real, all right?
Mickey-
Do not, no, don't.
Mickey Mouse is
It's
real.
fine. So one of the restaurants, how could he be on the cruise and at Disneyland at the same time? Anyway, and at Disney World.
Helicopters. Oh.
So I've just done the restaurants first.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's 3 restaurants I've come up with. The first one is a Zelda restaurant.
Oh yeah.
It's like Breath of the Wild, where you just select 5 ingredients, hold them above your head, throw them into a pot, and then it does a dance, and then it spits out meals for you.
Oh, that's way easier than growing crops every day.
Yeah, because it's Breath of the Wild, and I think Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
You just chuck ingredients together and cook it to see what you can make.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So, and then if it's bad, it's called dubious food, which is classic. There's another restaurant which is from Persona 5, which is a JRPG, Big Bang Burger, and the reason I like it is because you go there and there's the Big Bang Burger Challenge, and then eventually as your character gets better at it, I don't know, I think it's Guts is this particular stat. He can eat more of the big burger, but the burger just looks so delicious. It's giant. He's
As soon as
holding
you said
it
Big
like
Bang
an accordion.
Burger, I was like, oh, that sounds like a good burger.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I'd love that. And then the third one is an overcooked kitchen. Where you walk up, you sit down, and there are 10 chefs who have no idea what they're doing, and the floor's like falling apart, and like things are swapping around, and you order something, and then you just watch them attempt to try and cook
And
it.
then the chef accidentally throws the fully cooked meal in the bin.
In the
You're like,
bin.
oh, no.
No! And they just get stuck in, so 10 inexperienced chefs trying to make a basic meal.
That's funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
So those are the restaurants. In terms of characters I'd like to see, I would like the full crew from Persona 5 to be there because it's just this interesting game where you become friends with all these people and they're really fun to hang around.
Yeah.
So just them floating around in different areas. A snorkel tour hosted by Misty from Pokemon.
Oh, yeah?
At 9 a.m. we're leaving on the snorkel tour. Misty's going to swim us around. She's got her Star Me. And, she's got I'm riding a star, you holding on. And we go.
Dave the Diver would be there.
Well, I've never played it.
Davo.
Never played it.
Yeah, I've played a demo.
I'd way rather. Actually, weren't you supposed to get into Dave the Diver?
I was.
But you're holding onto a Pokemon and going under the water. You got a mask on, and Misty's
awesome.
pointing stuff out.
Yeah, fun.
Cruise ships traditionally stop off at old places. Like, let's say you're going through the Mediterranean, stop off somewhere historic, and then you've got Nathan Drake and Elena Fisher from Uncharted taking a tour, taking you through and pointing stuff out.
That's
Cool.
There's a Wii Sports fitness area where you can play table tennis,
That's a good idea.
bowling, golf, all that stuff. There's a bar area with Arthur Morgan and Lenny, where if you've played Red Dead Redemption 2, it's just a saloon,
Oh, okay.
and you have to have a cowboy hat and like a duster on,
Cool.
and you walk in there and it's Lenny,
And they just get absolutely written.
they get written off, and people are playing old honky tonk piano, and you can play liar's dice and poker.
Oh, okay, lovely.
And then, have you seen the new cruise ship, that really massive one that's got a go-kart track on it?
No.
Look it up.
Oh, no, the biggest one.
The biggest one in the world. It's got a
Yeah.
go-kart track on it.
Oh, my gosh.
Mario Kart go-kart track where you've got like fake bananas and fake shells that you can throw at one another and they like duck points and bit of Mario
Cool.
Kart.
Yeah,
That sounds like a
cool.
dope cruise.
That
Thank
does
you.
actually.
I hope I get more votes than Ellie's cruise. And then the musical show was, I don't really like musicals unless it's The Lion King.
Oh.
So it's literally just an amazing cover band, and it's a Guitar Hero themed thing where the band is actually playing, and you walk up and you have to pick up the Guitar Hero thing and you say,
That's a great idea.
I would like to play Kansas, Carry On My Wayward Son. And then they kick into it, and then you're looking at
gotta
the
go.
screen and you've just got to like keep up with them.
That's great.
While there's like smoke and fireworks and stuff, and you're just like click, 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 click.
Fun.
And that's my cruise.
I love
That's
it.
a cool
I'll
cruise.
go on that one.
Yeah.
A lot less admin.
No,
heavy
you're
than
on
mine.
your one.
No,
yours is already taken off. All right, so my one. I've just done one restaurant.
Okay.
I thought I'd do a Fallout restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
So, they
Interesting.
can serve like Nuka-Cola, and the whole thing is like it's a 50s sort of vibe diner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's giant TVs on the wall and it's displaying like the outside, so it's like as if it's a window.
Oh, that's
You
a
know,
good
Right.
idea.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like and it's showing like a cool little 50s town and stuff. And then all of a sudden the room shakes and all that stuff. And then you look on one of the TVs, there's a huge nuclear explosion, and everyone's like holding out their thumb to see if their thumb's bigger than the mushroom cloud.
And the TV's set up to make it look as though it's outside the windows.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're in a boat, but it's actually like you're in a themed restaurant, you're in some diner in some town in the States, and then there's a nuclear explosion, and then like the staff will go a little bit different, and then from then on there's like Fallout themed meals and stuff, and you eat dog meat.
Well, one of the biggest parts of Fallout is that all the food is quite heavily radiated.
Yeah.
So that could be a good.
Yeah, so I'll radiate
good.
the food as
Okay.
well.
Yes,
Characters,
I can't wait to win this voting competition.
characters. I mean, these are just easy ones for like Master Chief, Arthur Morgan, Jin Sakai, Lara Croft, and Ash's mum. There's all people that I'd love to get photos with.
How dare you
okay.
include Jin Sakai without explaining which game he's from?
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. People know. And then I thought, like a musical. I would actually watch any musical if it was based off a video game, right?
Actually, that's a good point. Same
I'd
here.
love to see a musical based off a video game, I feel like they would do a fantastic job. But the game I thought would be great. It's got a rich story. It's got action. It's got drama. Maybe a smidge of comedy in there. Gears of War. Gears of War musical. I reckon that would go so hard.
Would it? Okay, I
just think it'd be quite funny. Like you'd have like Marcus Phoenix with like a gruff voice, and like he's like shooting and stuff, and then all of a sudden like something happens, and he just bursts into song like it's a worm. It's a worm. My God, they're sinking cities with a giant worm. Like, I reckon that would be quite funny.
Yeah,
or when certain sad moments happen and someone comes out and sings Gary Jules' Mad World.
Yeah.
All around me,
and you can just like ballerinas and stuff, but like the locusts are there and they're all looking gross, but they're dancing.
Beautiful.
And like someone's got a gun that they instead of it turning into a chainsaw, they flip it around, it turns into a guitar. They do a solo on it. See, now I'd watch the hell out of that.
Yeah, that's it. So that's my cruise.
Cool.
I like it.
Okay, vote in the group. Extremely casual group for extremely casual gamers. Whose cruise do you want to come on? Is it mine? Do you want to come and grow some crappies for us? Sounds tempting, doesn't it? No, yeah, mine or Chris's or Guy's. What's your fave? And also, let us know what you'd do on your gaming related cruise. I want to know what you would do because I feel like it's going to be better than mine for sure.
Also, on the Disney cruise, I won
Guy.
the. I won
we're
the.
back here.
I
won the Pixar Cars quiz.
I saw that, your little medal. Oh my God.
I
So
got a medal.
explain it for people that didn't see the story.
So on the app, it tells you the schedule, and there was a quiz, and it just says Pixar Cars quiz. And I've been saying to my wife for months, ever since we had a toddler in my days, he was obsessed with cars. I was like, I've seen this movie so many times that if there was ever a quiz, I'd ace it.
Oh my God.
But that's never going to happen. And then lo and behold, I was like, babe, I have to go. So I went by myself. There was like 40 families, all with their kids sitting at the tables, and there was this cool little medal, and I got 20 out of 20.
Did you?
And I was the only one that got 20 out of 20.
How are you, baby?
Yeah, and I got screw those kids. I got it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had parents helping them.
Okay.
I was on my own.
Wow, no, that's actually really impressive.
Can I have an example of a question?
What is Lightning McQueen's real name?
Oh. Lightning McQueen.
No.
No, sorry.
His first name.
Oh, Rod. No, I don't know.
It's Montgomery.
Is it?
How do you know that?
Random?
Because
Why?
I know.
Why?
When do they reference that?
They don't reference it at all. I think it was
How do
just
you
one of
know
those
this?
days where I was like, what is his real name?
Oh, so you've actually gone and researched that?
Actually researched that. What is the name of the motel? You know when Sally and they go for a drive and there's that old motel in the hills and she wants to redo it?
Yeah.
What was that called?
Nah.
Radiator Springs is the area.
I got
Yeah.
nothing.
It was called the
Wheelwell.
Wheel That's
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
And it looked like a wheel well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember now.
Well done.
20 out of 20.
Well done, Ro.
That is
That's awesome.
impressive. I am impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope you feel
I
good
should have
about
brought my medal in.
Oh,
it.
damn. So impressive. A little bit sad.
Hey, thanks for listening to another episode of the ECG podcast. This is our second to last, the penultimate episode of the year, main episode, I will say, because we will have some DLCs coming out over the summer break, won't we?
Certainly will.
Yeah, we certainly will. So yeah, next week's our last full ep, and then a few weeks after that will be little DLCs that we've started pre-recording for you. What are you guys playing this week, if anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, I'll play Fortnite and Helldivers. I'm not throwing myself into anything new
Yeah,
because
okay.
we're about to break up for the year. I'll still be playing PlayStation and stuff over the break, but I'm not going to be playing as much.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
don't want to sink myself into anything new unless something comes up and I just all of a sudden buy it.
Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah.
who knows?
Okay.
You got a crazy look in your eye right now.
Yeah, I'm scared. What about you, Chris? Are you still...
I'm just going to be playing Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But holy shit, I have to say, the most fun I had this week, where it wasn't video games at all, recently purchased a really old motorbike.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I went down to, and I've left it in the shed at home down in Tauranga, which is a couple of hours drive away. I went down for the week and played golf with my brother, went to the pub with my dad,
Cute.
and worked on my motorbike.
Nice.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Aw.
I'd give away my PlayStation, everything, because it was just, this is broken, got the manual out, figured out how to fix it, did it, it worked.
Yeah, wow.
Took it on a test ride around the block out in the country so the police wouldn't catch me.
Well done.
So much fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
sounds awesome.
So try and, if you, I don't know,
Find some
Do something
real
manual.
life stuff.
something like just try find like just for some reason getting something like that and like figuring out what's wrong and then you can actually ride it and it's like, wow, it worked. The clutch is adjusted properly now.
Amazing how doing stuff. The Meg's had the drawer that she has in her bedside drawer. This big thing's been broken for ages, and I took it apart. Went to Bunnings in the hardware store, and I got the correct sliders, and I put it all in yesterday. And I was like, I'd never done it before, and I fixed it. I was like, whoa.
There is something, and absolutely, that's the sort of thing that 99% of people, especially nowadays, will look at and go, that's too hard. I can't fix it.
I'm going to buy a whole new drawer.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Everything is actually way more simple than you realize.
Yeah.
Not super simple. And like
Yeah.
motorbikes are not simple, but usually there'll be like instructions online.
Yeah,
Or
go
like,
on YouTube.
Go
Yeah.
and fix some shit.
No,
It's
you're right.
so satisfying.
No, you're right. Sam's mum, she's got a little one of those little Mazda M3
Yeah.
with and they've got the sunroof thingies, but they're
Oh,
the
the
manual
MX-5s?
ones. That one, sorry, yes. And her roof was broken, so she needed to get a new one. It was gonna be like $1,200 to get it replaced. So she just spent 20 hours on her weekend and figured out how to take the roof off and then put the roof back on. She did it all herself and saved herself like
Yeah.
over $1,000
So
worth
she
of money.
got a new roof.
Yeah.
And then she
And
put
then
it installed it
installed it.
herself.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah.
I bet there was YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's exactly what
There's
she did.
walkthroughs.
She nailed it.
Do that shit, man.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
it's satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Capitalism, eh? It's always trying to get us to spend more money.
Nah, but we shouldn't.
Yeah, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. Amen. All right, well, have a great week.
But
and
go on a Disney cruise, though.
Oh, yeah. It's in US dollars as well, so don't let that catch you out.
have a great week. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.